guys, welcome to the second episode of This Is Not a Podcast. We are four friends who had one meaningful conversation, and we are right here in front of you. This is a fancy setup for our second episode. Thanks to Shia for that, and Pico, Kochi. We are going to be talking about everything in our lives, everything which is trending in the news, and I guess you guys can send us questions, and we'll be addressing that too. This is a lot of pressure that I've put myself on. Now it can go to the other people.
Suddenly you know what Fahim was
Now I
feeling.
know what Fahim felt that day. Yes, Aryan, Shamani, Fahim, how was your weekend? How was the week?
My week was rather boring. I have literally nothing to say. What was your week like, Fahim?
I got 3 days off
Why?
due to rain. So that was pretty nice. Every night I would comment on the collector's Facebook account. So it's raining heavily. Please. My family is in danger. So
Yeah, the rain holidays used to be the best when we were in school
Yeah.
and college.
The day I got the notification saying that July 4th and 5th are closed for schools and colleges, I was so sad because
You're
that
no
would-
longer in school.
Yeah, that
Sharan,
would
it's been
rare-
11 years. Grow up.
that would rarely happen. when I was
Get
in
over
school.
it.
So it was like a sad moment.
Sharan, it's not like you attended school
But,
anyway.
I mean, every year you guys would know that this year you guys were getting a holiday during this period of time, right? Over the
No,
years.
no,
where you
it's
didn't
not.
get-
It's not a set holiday. It's like
Yeah, but every year you know, okay, this period of time.
I don't
you will
remember
know.
getting any
was it a
holidays
common thing
because of
when
rain.
you guys were in school?
it was
back
rare.
in the 80s or
It was
whatever?
rare.
80.
Yeah. I feel like it started
I'll
like
see you
4
outside
5
after
years
the
ago.
podcast.
No, it's also because
This
global warming has
Sharon, this is
gotten
what
worse.
Greta
right?
Thunberg was talking about. this is Greta Thunberg.
Oh, we're sorry.
We're sorry, Greta.
But the holidays.
No, I mean, we used to know that the rain is coming, but the intensity of the rain used to be less.
I don't remember ever getting a holiday, except in college when I was in
No,
Bombay. I got.
Shamari was that kind of student when it was a holiday, she used to go to school.
I
She
feel
like
really
row her-
sad.
row her boat to school.
I loved school.
She's like, teacher, I came to school.
The teacher wouldn't be there, but
Oh, shit, yeah. Makes sense. That was a joke.
Do you get
Shamari.
more casualties this time of year?
Yeah, I mean, rainy season, you see a lot more
Snake
vector
bites.
borne stuff.
What?
I mean, like dengue and like malaria and stuff
malaria
like
and
that.
stuff.
So the wards are pretty crowded. Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
How was your week?
My week was quite underwhelming. The rains are nice, and that's it.
Yeah,
And
actually, your whole life is on standstill when it's raining. Can't do
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, it's a lot of just waiting because, like, even shooting wise, the light
Yeah.
is so shit. So you
No,
just have to
like
keep
even your
waiting.
mood-wise, right? Like my mood is directly impacted if it's a gloomy day. I feel really sad.
I really like it because I can wear what I want to wear without sweating balls.
But I hate wearing like good clothes during the
Why?
monsoon because your clothes just get dirty invariably.
Really? I feel like in a car.
Fahim, have you felt these thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just happy for the holidays.
How do you have to dress up for college?
So on OP days, like when we deal
On
with the
point
patients, no, outpatient days, like when we deal with the patient clothes, preferably formals.
Okay.
But like, yeah, it's you can just wear pants.
And no top.
and a shirt,
No
and a
top.
shirt.
Salman Khan operating now.
Which
mean, like-
which government hospital?
Yeah, if you go to that government hospital, Fahim will
You'll
be
see
wearing
me
pants
with
but
just
no
pants.
t-shirt.
Fahim just treating everybody with like abs and like sweat.
He doesn't have abs, but yeah,
Yeah, he
moving
doesn't
on.
have abs.
Wait, why do you know that?
I know that.
Yeah, we all
I've
know
seen
that.
him change
He
his
loves
shirt.
biryani too much.
But how was it like in school? I feel like in school for me, I'd never bunk classes because my mom would just
In
kick
school,
my
how
ass.
can you bunk?
Yeah, so I had like 98, 99% attendance, but in college you're just like trying to get to that
Proxy
80%.
and everything, yeah.
I think I studied in choice 11th and 12th and I had the lowest attendance percentage.
It shows.
For a person who studied in a school.
And they let it
ever.
slide. Like, were they cool with that?
They weren't. Like, they used to bitch about me to my parents when they used to go for PTA meetings.
So in
But-
Doha, we had like, if you get 100%, I mean, I guess all schools do this, but if we had
Please don't tell
100%,
me you're
You
that.
get marks?
no, you get like a certificate on prize day.
Yeah,
like
those
you
are
get a
the-
trophy.
That's
Yeah,
kinda
That was-
lame.
so
But
that
you make
was
it look like
just-
a car.
Those are
that-
the, guys,
The
those
bare
are the lame
minimum when it
kids.
comes to school is attendance. Like,
yeah,
why
no,
you...
so there was this fat kid. So if you want 100%, you have to come on sports day. He was not participating. He'd
But he used to
come
come.
every year just to get 100%.
But sports day is
dedication.
compulsory, right? It's
No,
not like you
no,
can
but
pick
those-
and choose
it's like
where
a
you want to
holiday.
But those
come.
are the kids who peaked in high school. The guys with the 100%.
What do you mean? I peaked after high school also.
The point is to not peak.
I mean, the point is to
But the
peak
point is to keep
consistently.
moving upwards.
The point is to peak
You
consistently.
peaked several times over.
Yeah, why not?
That's a bad thing.
How?
Because If you peak means there's only down. There's no up.
No, I feel like
my
you're a
peak is a
multiple
plateau.
There's not a peak.
Okay, but
Do you feel like you peaked in high school? Are you peaking now?
No, I'm peaking in 5 years.
You don't feel like you're peaking right now?
No, 5 years. Then my
it's
hairline.
a conscious decision to not peak.
Once
right
my
now.
hairline goes,
No,
that's it.
I just feel like all the cool kids in high school, that's their peak, and after that it's like downhill.
I think it's
Were you
subjective.
cool in high school?
Yeah.
He
was
barely
really-
attended
He was
high
the
school.
legend of high school.
No. I was semi cool.
I feel like in my school, it is in Moscow, he was like the coolest. And even in Choice.
Choice? No, I was okay. Whatever.
Shea, what do you think? Shea, what do you have to say to this? Was he cool in high school?
She 100% thinks I was not cool. So it's
Shea, you
cool.
can just say yes or
So
no.
in 11th and 12th, I only had like
Shia's not
I only
saying
had
anything.
like probably 2 friends. One was my cousin, so she had no choice, and one was Shia, and I used to like tag behind them everywhere they go.
But that's what
So-
made him mysterious. He was playing the whole mysterious card. He was the fastest guy in school, that kind of thing.
Anand, do you have a
I
crush
was
on
only
your brother?
No! This is...
Like, can you calm down?
I'm sorry.
He fell.
This is because in my childhood, like at least in Moscow, girls would get close to me, so they could get close to him.
That's every younger sibling's issue.
Oh, I don't know.
I had the same thing. All my friends had a crush on my brother.
Yeah, but even I have a crush on her brother. They should put up a photo of Abhishek here right
Please
now.
don't.
Look at this. Just a few 30-year-olds talking about school.
2 30-year-olds.
Yeah, sorry.
I am 29.
I'm also not 30. What the
We're rounding off.
Okay, so but what about college? How was your
What about
getting into
college?
college experience?
I mean, it's not that I prefer, I just can't speak because I didn't have a college experience.
I mean,
Guys, for the audio listeners, that is a I prefer not to speak card, which means I didn't prefers not to speak this topic.
Yeah, and then he'll have to do a challenge or something the next
Yeah, which you guys
episode
will give. Yeah.
because he decided to keep quiet.
No. I'm asking you guys about the way you guys got into college. What is the process like?
So for me, when
One
I-
sec. Fahim, you're not allowed to speak.
What?
We have heard enough about your NEET ranks.
Oh, okay.
I'll
625.
bounce over the ranks.
Okay.
For me, basically, I had only one like college I really, really wanted to go to, which was in Delhi. It was Stephens, which I then changed to LSR because LSR had like the best economics program.
And Lady Shriram.
Yeah, Lady Shriram.
Lady Shriram has all the hottest girls, I think. No?
Ladies.
It could have had me, but my parents said no to Delhi. So basically, the cutoff, right? The cutoff during my admission time was around 99%, 98%. So I only applied to the Delhi colleges and I applied to Xavier's as a backup. I got into LSR on the 4th list. I had already gotten into Xavier's, but I wasn't allowed to go, so I didn't like speak to my parents for an entire like.
So wait, if you're on the 4th list, means you can go.
Yeah, there are 4 lists, right?
So you got into Lady Shriram.
I
as
got
well?
into it, but I wasn't allowed to go because it was Delhi.
Oh.
But why did you apply in the first place then?
I mean, they never
There was
told me
hope.
they won't let me go. And it was also like, I didn't
But
really...
you wanted to go to Delhi.
Like, my only purpose in school was to end up in Delhi. And
That's
it
weird.
had the best economics program.
And
So-
for context, like, what do you study after that?
So I'd ended up in Xavier's and I did economics and statistics over there.
Did you enjoy
For 3
Xavier's?
years. I loved Xavier's, but the first day I was just rebelling against my parents. So that's probably
It
why...
just was in Delhi.
Yeah, because like for me it was like I have to get into the best academic program because I wanted to go into academia later on. Xavier's is a good mix of academics and extracurricular.
Academia in economics? You wanted to do?
Yeah, in economics and stats, like
Okay.
you know, maybe behavioral economics. I didn't know, but like that was what I wanted for myself. But yeah, I ended up in Xavier's for 3 years and then I did law for 3 years after that in Bombay itself.
So what, did
Yeah.
you have to write CLAT and stuff?
No, so CLAT is for your national law schools. I had to write the CET, which is a common entrance exam for Maharashtra.
Okay.
And Mumbai University basically then allocates you to different colleges based on your rank.
So what, you can still practice now?
I'm practicing.
Okay. But you don't but you don't need to like renew your license when it's
No.
it's
There's
not
no.
like that. It's not
So
like a driver's license.
once you, yeah, it's not. Once you, why would it be like a driver's
No, because like
license?
you do your law thing and then you
What if you don't read
come
up
back
on
for
the new
you,
laws?
you chill for 15 years and you come back.
No,
you don't
then
know
you
anything.
don't. No, so
The
you
laws are
basically.
different. Like,
Yeah.
gay marriage is okay now.
No, so basically you give your you graduate from law school, then you have to enroll into the bar council,
Okay.
right? Once you've done that, you get like a card which is your sanat. It's your whatever right to practice, your license to practice. But say I've taken like a 10-year long break after I've graduated from law school, I will have to redo an exam. I don't just get the license like that. You have to redo an exam, which sort of is important, right? Otherwise, like, you're not in touch with your law, and like you said,
Yourself.
laws have changed.
Fine, what is your process like getting into college?
No, I want to go more into that. As though, like, basically college admissions are going on now, and I feel like since we all have a different story to tell, I feel like this is an interesting topic. I just want to go more into that. You said you did the law degree after your undergrad,
Yeah.
right? So what made you like move into law? Did you always plan to do that?
No, so I, again, like I said, I wanted to be in academia for sure. But then the switch to Xavier's happened. And again, Xavier's is really good for like a mix, like a balance. Like you study also, but you also have to like take part in like extracurriculars, right? You have like a mandated 60 hours required, extracurricular thing. So it could be like Malhar, which is the college fest, or the economics fest, X, Y, and Z, whatever you want to do, but you have to do it. So then I was like, okay, I probably won't pursue like full on economics because it wasn't like the program wasn't the best, and that's the truth. So then I decided to like sort of switch to law because again, like I was also thinking more practically, right? In terms of, okay, what is the best opportunity to not be unemployed?
You watch Suits.
Yeah, basically.
Practicality and how we spend.
Yeah. No, so Suits did sort of like say, okay, yeah, law was great and everything, but the amount of glamour Suits has added is insane. Like the law life is not even 1% of what
So
they
there's
show
no,
on
there's
Suits.
no like
Sex on the table.
Rachel Zane and Mike Ross sex scene.
I mean,
doesn't have.
there could be a Rachel Zane and Mike Ross situation. I'm not gonna say more about that. But it's not sex in the library and like sex on the coffee table and all of that. That's not there.
But how do you like it as a profession now? And what
I
do
mean,
you-
so I practice general corporate law. I love it, like, because it puts like it's sort of intellectually stimulating for me at least. And honestly, like when you're doing corporate law, you get to learn about various industries, like because you're doing a deep dive, right? You do a diligence into the industry, you understand how it works, like the contracts they need, etc., etc. And it's very interesting. I feel like law is one aspect which is involved in every other aspect of your life.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was
Intense.
hectic.
Intense.
Yeah, I was like very nervous.
But I truly believe like you need among your circle of friends you need at least one lawyer. 'Cause
One
you know,
doctor.
one doctor.
That's
and
if
one
you
lawyer.
are you.
Yeah, if I'm me, and for other people also who are like me, I feel like having a lawyer as a friend is extremely
But you know, my
important.
biggest problem with that is people assume that if you're a lawyer, you know all laws. It doesn't work that way. Like it's
I'm not that
impossible. No, you are like that. Okay, no matter what happens, we're in a hotel. The hotel refuses to give you water. Shamali, what can I do about this? I don't know.
To be a bad person. I've never said this. First of
This
all, I never
is
asked for water.
literally
First
you.
of all, he never stays in hotels.
Yeah.
No, this is not staying in a hotel. You're going there to have a cup
No,
of
I feel
coffee
like-
or whatever, and the hotel has said, no, you can only purchase water. We can't give you free water.
That's illegal.
yeah,
This has happened.
Yeah. That's illegal. See?
No, every
hi.
state every state has a different law. In Kerala, apparently, it's okay to do that.
No, so I feel like I have this because like when you watch The Godfather, the guy is always walking around with a lawyer, a conciliary. So I just feel the same vibes, you
Bro,
know.
I kid you not. So last week, one of my friends, he got caught for this offense. I'm not going to say what offense.
It's
but
drinking and driving.
Can
fine,
can we guess?
the fine was 10K, right? So he tries to pull a few strings. He calls a lawyer friend. The lawyer's like, did you try bribing the police officer? But no help other than that. He ended up paying the fine. So yeah.
No help.
all?
Okay, no, but
That's
what
all
do you
that
think?
Yeah, I'm just saying,
For
like he
drinking and
thought.
driving, that's the punishment now?
Yeah, it's just 10K.
So
I mean,
now
it depends
now
on.
you,
It
now you
depends on-
accepted that it was drinking and driving.
Let's go.
I mean, it's okay.
Hey,
You've
it's a
not
friend,
named
like,
the
I
friend.
don't do it. Yeah.
But no, but that's what my thing is. Like, so I practice general corporate law, right? So I don't do litigation. So I don't. I mean, I know like a fair amount of how court procedures are and all of that, and it's different from state to state. But the assumption that you know every single law out there, no matter which state, no matter which country, is just like it's insane.
But I feel like
Feel
you
like
would know,
she's-
you would at least know like what to Google. Like we
Yeah,
wouldn't even
that's
know
the
where to
difference.
Google.
That's
yeah.
the difference, right? You
It's
do
more like,
law,
can
you
you
know
find out?
exactly what
Yeah,
questions to
yeah.
ask, what to probe. Like I know if someone comes with me to like understand what to do in the situation, I'll know exactly what questions to ask to get more facts and more details, which will make my research easier. But yeah. Shan, why are you doing this? It is so hard to be serious with him.
I can't just. It's so hard to see all of us have a very serious conversation.
I think it's the most calm conversation we've ever had.
And I'm
Like
just-
with cameras, without cameras, ever.
I feel like a recovering alcoholic. Like my body is like, I need to scream.
Shan, you don't
That's
even
not what
drink.
recovering alcoholics do, man.
I know. Recovering from a drug types, you know.
You don't even do
Like I'm having withdrawals.
Yeah,
No, 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 the
because
coke addict.
people who are withdrawing from weed scream.
No, like withdrawal symptoms.
That's just a bad analogy. Let's end it over there and move on. Okay, but how was your college
oh,
admission?
here we
Okay,
go
we know
again.
you're 625, but go on.
So I didn't get into medicine out of like any deep desire or passion. I was always decent in studying. So my parents, like a lot of you Indian kids can relate, they kind of pushed me to do entrance coaching or whatever. And yeah, I got in where I got in and I was doing medicine. I think the first couple of years, it was really hard for me to like come to terms with it. I was like, I'm not really doing something I love. I'm not like, I don't want to stay in Kochi. A lot of my friends from Doha, they went abroad. They were like posting on Snapchat, parties or whatever. And I was stuck here with my mom. I mean, I love my mom, but I was
She gave birth to you and you say you're stuck with her, really?
No, you know
That's
how
fucked
you
up,
know
bro.
the cliche.
She
Like
was
when
stuck
you're
with you.
18, when you're 18, you think, oh, it's college. Like I need to have the best 4 years of my life.
Yeah,
I
you're
need
20
to go
now.
out.
Yeah, I
Changed.
feel like the
So
yeah. No, I get what
so
you're
back
saying.
then, I was really upset that I didn't necessarily have a passion or something that I wanted to do vocationally, like for an occupation that was viable and accessible, right?
Prime, you're so well spoken.
But I think now the 2-3 years that I've been doing this, I've come to terms. I feel like having a passion that you can work towards or like do as an occupation, I feel like it is a privilege that not everyone has. And I think I've just come to accept that I may not have that, but that's fine because I have been privileged in other areas. Like I was privileged enough to be born into the family I was born into, to have parents that value my education, parents that push me, that got me where I am, right? And we all know about poverty and we see poverty around us, but I think interacting with it really
I'm so sorry. I'll tell you why I can't do this. Balu is smiling at me. Stop smiling at me. Yeah, okay, sorry. Yeah, go on.
That's
but I
really good.
feel like interacting with it firsthand, it really changed my perspective in the sense like I've seen people struggle to put 60K together for a life-saving surgery, right? And the only I didn't do anything to be in the position that I am today. I was just born into a family that happened to have the circumstances that led to my success. It could have very well been me on the opposite side. And that's that saying, like, a healthy man wants a million things, but an ill man wants just one thing. And I think I've kind of grown to accept that this is a noble profession and a chance to do some good. I feel like I've grown into it and I'm more accepting of it. It's not like I wake up every day and I'm like, wow, can't wait to go to the hospital. But I think I'm just more accepting of it,
But-
and I've
Plus,
definitely...
you're good at it.
But
like,
what
that
are,
helps, right?
What are you passionate about? If God came down and said you can do whatever the hell you want to make money,
I don't think I've ever had a passion like that, occupation-wise, that was viable, right? So yeah,
just people wise,
huh?
just people wise.
No, like sure, if I could be, if Saudi signed me right now, bro, I'm lacing my boots up. I'm playing left wing. Okay, but
Saudi
I'm not
wouldn't
good
sign
enough.
you.
Yeah, they won't sign
We've
me.
seen you play.
If I
He's
could,
talking about football,
if
guys.
I could play FIFA, yeah, sure, that's a great career, but it's not accessible, right? So things that I could have realistically done, there was not anything that
But-
interested me.
But I
don't
relate
you
to
think,
that a lot.
No, but
like-
don't you think that with the safety net that you have, you could have explored different avenues because you know that even if you fail, you have something to fall back on. Like suppose you wanted to be an esports player
But you can
FIFA.
still do that though.
I kind of did though. I like esports. I've spent a lot of time gaming. I'm just not good at it, bro.
Okay.
But even other things like whether it be different activities in school or with my friends, like I'd always check if I liked something, but nothing really interested me. I was always good at studying, so I stuck to that kind of. I just went with the flow.
I think it's very hard for people to find something that they have an aptitude in and interest in. That like Venn diagram is really hard to make.
No, but I agree with you. But like, I feel like if you're really interested in something, you're not automatic. Like, I mean, maybe you're like God-given talent, but more or less, there are times when you are not really good at it, but you keep doing it. for long enough and then you become better.
I mean, that's
Like, for
that's,
example, our
that's a
first-
fairy tale situation, right? Like, for instance, I love dancing, okay, but I know I can never be a professional dancer, no matter how much I practice, because my aptitude in it is not like out. It's not up there. But I would love to be a professional dancer. But I consciously know that that's not going to get me anywhere if I like even if I dance like do those 10,000 hours and become like great at it. I don't think it'll be like the most like efficient way for me to use my time.
There are certain occupations where you need to be like the cream of the crop
Yeah.
to like make a living.
Yeah.
So those occupations aren't necessarily like, it's not.
Yeah, but you could also still spend your time doing those occupations when you have another hustle. Like it could be a side hustle. Like you could still, you don't have to. Your life doesn't have to be maximum efficiency, right? You could be
No,
doing
so
law and then you could be doing dance on the side.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way, especially like in a country like India, where, for instance, if I'm doing law full time, right, especially corporate law, I don't have time to do anything else.
And if you're not doing law full time, like if you're doing it part time,
If I do like a 9 to 5, then
she's on this
I
podcast.
then it's like a hobby. I can do dancing like a hobby, which I anyway do.
okay.
Right?
No, that's what I meant.
But to make it a profession is just not realistic for
But
me.
would you still enjoy it if you made it a profession?
Of course, I would still like I would still like doing it as a profession, but I know I won't be earning the same amount because I won't be the best dancer out there.
Okay.
Like I know it. It's like it's not something I'm sad about or anything. It's just like, okay, you know what your shortcomings are, you know what your strengths are, and you're playing to your strengths. It's as simple as that.
Your college story.
We have a couple of college stories.
Which college story? More like
So I feel like most 12th graders or 11th graders, they know what college they want to go to or what they want to study, but I had no idea.
did you know what you wanted to do after school?
No, all I wanted to do was chill. Like I had no
I
goals.
can relate to that,
Yeah, I
yeah.
had no goals in life. I'm just like, I will just coast through life. And I was good at studies only when I really wanted to be. So like 12th grade, I never passed economics even once.
Yeah.
The only time I passed economics was in the board exams.
Yeah.
I've never passed. Like,
You know-
there's a teacher in choice school. I have never passed their exams
No,
in
speak
my
about
life.
what you did after your results.
You know what? I have this distinct memory that you have written, because I had asked him to write something for me, and this is his pre-boards economics paper where he's written on his answer sheet
Yeah.
this extensive, like I had asked him for a project, so he's written this entire thing on the economics answer sheet.
A pre-board exam.
Pre-board
paper.
exam.
Because I didn't know anything, bro.
Yeah.
Literally nothing. I had no interest.
No, so you finally did pass your board exams. And what do you do
with
after you
flying
pass?
colors.
I mean, I did really well in my boards, but after that I got a t-shirt which said, once king, always king. Which is fucking lame.
And with this number, his
With my
percentage
board
behind
exam number
90.2
back on the back, I mean,
at the back.
mark on the back.
What is your percentage?
90.2.
90.2
Ask me mine.
No, cut this part out.
What is your
96.2.
But I feel like I also work when I work better when people don't believe in me. So I knew, like, I could see my classmates and my teachers thinking, oh, Sharan's not going to do well. So the last 3 months where everybody was just taking it easy because they had studied across 9 months already, I worked really hard, and thanks to my mom, like, fucking mucked up the entire book and got lucky, I guess. But I still had no idea where I wanted to go to college. Like, my only idea of college is my then girlfriend was studying in a college, so I want to go to that college. Like, literally, that was... And now when I think of it, I'm like, that is plain stupidity. Because I'm like, how do you follow one girl somewhere? But that's literally it. Like, if somebody would ask me where I'm going for college, I'd be like, I have no idea. And... Time is up.
Oh, we spoke for 25 minutes.
We'll come back. Okay, so back to what I was talking about. So yeah, like I had no idea where I wanted to go to college. I didn't have any dreams, any aspirations. Didn't know what I was good at. So all I wanted to do was study in the same study in the same college as one girl, which was Xavier's. And I only
Guys,
got-
he's not talking about me, please. Before you try to put two and two together.
The ships.
And that was Shamani's backup college, but for me that was the dream college. And my 90% wasn't enough because
Shocker.
for like non-Christian quota, I think it's some 96%,
Yeah,
and I didn't get in. and I was heartbroken. So I went and studied in Dubai first, in Heriot-Watt University, and I was there for 6 months. And now when I think about it, I should have stuck on there because like I didn't make any effort to like fit in there.
Yeah.
I got into the football team, which was a good thing, but after that I didn't make any effort. Like I made zero friends.
You know, when you talk about your Dubai college time, the only thing in my mind is you in a red, like, pullover
Yeah.
in the desert and
Yeah.
this song Tanhai playing.
I also have this thing where when I'm really depressed or sad, I always wear a hoodie because I feel cold. So the whole time I was in Dubai for 6 months, in the middle of the heat, I would wear a hoodie, and people would be like, "This is the guy with the red hoodie." Because I only wear that one red hoodie. I left Dubai because I wanted to go and study with my friends who I studied with in school in India. So I would be 1 year junior to them. So I went and studied in Christ for 3 days, and that
3 days?
Yeah, 3 days. I was there for orientation, and then 2 days, and then I was like, I can't do this anymore because there was a lot of drugs consumed by my
Peers.
peers.
You got
Peers.
scared?
Dude, every time I would walk into the fucking room, it would be like a hot box.
Yeah.
Like people, like, and that too, these are kids who got freedom for the first time. So they're just going at it. They think if you don't smoke for one day, you'll die. So for me, that was really difficult. And then I was like, you know what, fuck this. I'll just go back to
Dubai.
Russia. And I went and did my 3-year college there in the
BBA?
comfort BBA.
Did
think
you
we
finish the course?
I
Yeah,
finished the
yeah.
course, yes. I
Finally.
finished the course. But like I was just like Fahim said, you know, like he is in a very privileged position and he chose a job or a journey where it's not something he's really passionate about, but he's so lucky to have so many things that he's able to like
It just
let
works
go
for
of
him.
this one. Yeah. He's like, okay, I can be a good doctor. I don't have to be really passionate about it. For me, it is the exact opposite. Maybe because I don't know, maybe I'm spoiled, but I was like, I will never do something. I was very hooked onto the fact that if you do something you like, if you work on something you like, then you'll never have to work a day in your life. And I'm already lazy. So I'm like, if I don't find something I really, really like doing, I will never work. I will just die. And even when people say, you know, people always give you this advice, work hard. But if you don't know what you want to work hard at, then
It
then
just
there's
becomes
no,
that much more
yeah,
harder.
that much more harder. So like I worked in EY for 6 months or 3 days.
How many days did you actually go?
I went for 3-4 days. Yes, I went for 3-4 days to EY, and when I was sitting in that office, I realized that I'm not cut out for this. Like I will never be able to sit at a desk job, and that is nothing against like desk jobs. I'm sure there are people who dreamt of being like software
Very different
engineers.
from what you tell me otherwise.
But when I was in that room, I don't feel claustrophobia, but that's the only time in my life I felt it, and I was like, this is not what I want to do.
Yeah.
And now that I know what I like doing, I don't feel like I'm working. I just like I'm so lucky because I see almost everybody around me who have jobs which they
Just
don't
hating
really
their jobs, yeah.
yeah, hating their jobs, and I don't. Like for me I don't have a job. If people ask me, hey man, what are you doing now? I just say I'm chilling because I am chilling.
No, I agree. It took you time to get where you're at, but once you're here, it's like you're thriving, so it's good.
Yeah.
Those 3 years of struggle in between are for another episode.
and also 7 years after you joined Christ for 3 days, what email did you get?
Oh, I still get alumni emails from Chris. Say, hey,
Come for this alumni dinner.
I'm like, fucking hell, I was there for 3 days. Why don't you guys get it? So yeah, that keeps happening. But I don't know. I feel like I also feel like even if it's a position like there are a lot of people who are lucky that they are in a position of privilege, so they get to choose what they want
Yeah.
to do. But I'm also very inspired. Like when my life isn't going too well, and I didn't have money to do the things I wanted. I remember reading a story about Hardik Pandya where Hardik Pandya's parents were very wealthy and then they moved to Surat because they wanted to support their son's cricket, like both the brothers. So the moment they moved from one city to another, he had a stroke. The father had a stroke and then the business collapsed. And in a normal Indian household, those two kids would be like, okay, our dad's business has suffered and we don't have any more money.
Yeah.
So we are going to find like a normal desk job or a normal job, or we're going to be an engineer or anything. But they they faced the hardships of, you know, going through that period of time when nobody knew them and not being signed into any cricket team without knowing. So the thing about success is you don't know if it's coming, right? Like now everybody's like, oh, Hardik Pandya is this and that. But back then he didn't know who he was. And he didn't know if success will ever come. So you're just like running in a dark alley.
It was a risk.
It was a risk. It is a huge risk, especially when you don't have any
Yeah.
backing. And then when it pays off, it pays off.
That's huge, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean that's a
So
great
I
story.
also think that it's about how much you want it.
I agree to a certain extent, but I also like different people have different risk appetites, right? So that will directly impact how much you're willing to sort of like for me, I just didn't have a risk appetite. I always wanted to have that security of not wanting to depend on anyone for like money, right? Like straight out of college, while I was doing law school, I started working because I was like, that's it. I can't constantly be asking my parents for money. They never put any kind of pressure on me. It was just like a personal thing. Also because my brother has always been in the startup space, right? So he's never like technically had like stable income coming in, right? So for me, it was like, okay, I don't want to be one more person in the family who's like sort of struggling with that. So for me, I don't think it's about how badly you want it, but it's more about like the risk appetite you have because I built those 5 years of stable income and now I'm able to do whatever I want. And the only reason is because I had that kind of stability. So it's everybody has a different
Yeah,
like,
yeah, you know, I agree with that. But like for me, I wouldn't be able to work for 5 years.
yeah.
No,
that's
it's like
what- yeah.
it's like a disability. Like I went to Ernst, like when I was working at Ernst and Young. This is a company, I don't know, Fortune 500. A lot of reputed people work there. I was technically on the books. I was there for 6 months, but I went there for maximum a week because I used to go at 11 o'clock in the morning. Work starts at 9. I would punch in at 11. At 1 o'clock, I would get out for lunch and I would go sleep in my car. Nobody does that. Nobody does that because that's not. There's a certain set of rules and regulations that you.
It's against
follow.
the norm.
It's against the norm. I was just the only thing I was scared of was being like dying in the car of carbon monoxide
Yeah.
poisoning because because what if you sleep off? Which is, and like I would cry every day because this is not what I want to do. And for me, it was not even about risk. It was like I can't do this. Like
Yeah.
I would die if I have to do
Yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah. No, and each person like has their own.
I feel like drive is a huge factor, but there's also external circumstances and internal talent. Like we hear your success story because you've made it, but there are like 1,000 other stories that weren't as
No,
successful.
but that's the thing. That's the thing about success, right? First of all, I don't think I made it. But second of all, I think.
In quotes.
But I think. So when I was so what has changed with me is over the last 3, 4, 5 years is it's just the mentality, right? So when I was initially making videos or I was auditioning for movies, I would always ask my close friends, my cousins, will I make it? Will I make it? And I didn't want them to answer anything else but yes, Sharan, you will make it. It was not there was no options to that question. If I hear a no, that would like upset me and I would like cry about it for like 3, 4 days.
Yeah.
Now I know that if you work hard at something, you will eventually progress. And success is not, it's not like it's a given. You do, like, for example, this podcast, if you do this for 2,000 episodes, it'll be one of the best podcasts in this country or in this world. There is no stopping that. Like, success is a given if you just keep at it. But back then, I had to keep hearing, you know what, you will make it, you will make it. So I don't think I've made it, but I don't ask anybody, hey, do you think I'll make it? I don't think that far ahead. I just think today I need to do what I need to do to get to tomorrow. And that's all.
But I do think aptitude of a person still
Yeah, I
plays a
think-
role in
Yeah,
it.
I
So
feel
I'm
like
on that
that,
boat.
that plays a role in trajectory because you can keep at it for something. Not everybody can make a 5,000 episodes of something.
Not everyone grows at the same
No,
rate.
no.
Not
And it's
everyone
also-
has
it's
the
also-
same peak.
It's also the fact that if you do the same thing and it's always at the same level, you're not improving. You're
Yeah.
doing the same thing and you're mindlessly doing it.
No.
You have to mindfully iterate.
But you have to iterate in the sense that you need to be good at pivoting because you can't be stuck and say this is what I want to do. For
Yeah, you have
example,
to be flexible,
like
but-
I initially said I want to become an actor and I want to act in movies and blah 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 blah.
Balu play the tapes, the audition tapes.
And I still think back then I didn't think I could be. I still think I can be an actor, but back then I wanted to be an actor because I wanted to be famous. I wanted 10 people to recognize me. I wanted people to come and take selfies
But
with
you
me.
realized talent was lacking.
Yeah, talent was 100% lacking, and especially when you want to make it in something like that, people around you are not nice. Like people
it's
will
a
come and
ruthless-
people will come and
It's
say
not a
you're
very
shit.
forgiving
You look
environment.
ugly. You are terrible at acting.
Yeah.
Ugly part I don't agree with.
Okay, but
Acting part, yes.
do you agree? Do you think that the amount of effort that you put into vlogging, you have put that into acting? Do you think you practiced as much?
No, absolutely not.
That's
I
what
didn't
I'm-
practice at all. I just thought that's what I wanted. But then when I started going for auditions and when I started meeting people,
The rejection also didn't help, right?
no,
Like,
it didn't help. But
yeah.
that's when I realized that I really like. There's something else I really like doing. So I pivoted from acting. I could have still been not doing. So the problem was when I went from I want to act to also make videos. The people who are technically in this industry said if you want to become a mainstream actor, you cannot make such videos. So for the longest time, I kept that inside me. I didn't make those videos, whatever. And then after a point, I was like, fuck you guys. Like, I'm going to make whatever I want. You guys will one day pay attention to me. So you will, like, that day will come.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. But I pivoted at the right time.
Yeah.
And now there's also a lot of actors and shit that have to do this to stay relevant.
Of course, social
Yeah.
media is such a big thing
Yeah.
now. Yeah, for promotions, etc., etc. Yeah, to be relevant, to actually connect with the audience that are people who like you.
Like
But
Jason Derulo is fucking. He's just making dance reels now.
Yeah. But I genuinely feel like because of society, there are a lot of kids who are good at so many things. They just
Yeah.
end up taking like the safe.
Especially in our education system, it's definitely routed that way, where kids don't get the chance to explore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like exposure wise, when I was in school, first of all, my school didn't even have humanities as an option to take.
Baddest bitches.
Yeah, see, I wanted it, but I wasn't given it. Anyway, so that itself, and I really wanted to take humanities, but I never wanted to change my school because as it is, take like a really long time to make friends, and then switching schools when you're like at that 15-year-old age, it's like really hard. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to switch schools. I'll just take commerce and whatever. I'll figure it out in college. But just the exposure that you get in the Indian education system is so like, there is no exposure actually. So it directly impacts your career graph.
No, but it's not just about the education system. For example, your friends' parents are forcing your child to go do law or to become a doctor. Then your parents see that and say, "Oh my God, my friend's son is going to become a doctor. I want you also to like." It's always a rat race. Nobody's ready to.
There's a lot of
Yeah, I
societal
feel
pressure.
like that is changing, but also education system makes such an impact, right? You're like 12 years of your life, you're literally going to the same institution. Most cases, people go to the same institution, right? Like some people obviously move around because of like families, etc. But you're going to the same thing, hearing the same like sort of lecture from like teachers and like your principal, your peers, etc. Obviously, it's going to impact you. So I think even there, if the school is sort of enabling you to like do things that are in your interest space, parents will automatically also follow, I feel.
No, I feel like the parents should.
Yeah, I
be
feel
the
like the
one.
parents are the one
Because
decision
the education system, how long does that take to change?
I mean, but if
education?
there's no opportunity provided to you in your institution, what will the parents do at the end of the
No,
day?
so the parents find another institution. The parents that are more proactive about.
Like
looking
if you
for
want to
places,
become a
yeah.
musician, you
I don't
go
think
to
it's that
extra
easy.
music classes. You
Yeah.
don't expect your music teacher
So
to.
I want to get into audience stories about college as well, because I feel like your journey through college is totally different from ours as well.
So, like education, like what you do with your life, there's so much pressure externally from your friends, from your family. That's how I feel about Threads now. I'm not in Threads.
You're not?
I'm not on Threads.
What a second! I don't know what is going on.
I thought he was going to talk about how Twitter
I
is
am not
cool.
on Threads, but every 5 minutes I'm like, maybe I should. Like even when stories came out
But don't do
on
it.
Instagram,
Be that person who's
yeah,
not.
I didn't use it for 2 years, and then I used it
I was pissed. Bro, this guy just keeps stealing ideas, man. And he just gets away with it.
because they're so damn good.
what it must say, competition is okay, but cheating is not, or something
He
like
said
that.
that?
Yeah.
Oh, the
Yeah.
drum, the press
No,
conference.
they're apparently suing
Yeah.
Meta. So
Oh, that fight's gonna be insane.
that fight is not.
We have to
happening.
live stream that fight if it happens on this podcast.
So are you not getting on Threads? Why are you not on Threads yet?
I don't know.
Are you on Twitter?
I just want to be. No, I am on Twitter, but mainly for pornographic reasons.
Twitter.
I'm not producing. I'm consuming.
No, I think Twitter is a shit show. The only reason Threads works is because like Musk is a fucking deranged crazy person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
don't.
they
What
want-
is this limit on how many tweets you can read and all of that?
Yeah, so I think like I have no connection with Musk as a human being. We are so far removed from each other's
6
lives.
degrees
But
of separation.
I don't know, maybe 16 degrees. I don't know, but he just like annoys me. Like he was going the Steve Jobs route, but like now he's kind of fucked it up by with this whole Twitter
Because you didn't
thing.
get cancer.
Oh.
You either die a hero or live long enough to become a villain.
Okay.
Okay then.
Twitter used to be my favorite platform. I used to spend the most hours on it, but then he's just been.
But I feel like it's just so much hate.
Oh,
I
bro,
like
you
Twitter only for like the news aspect of it. Like, I feel like Twitter is that
Yeah,
way.
but Threads can also get news and
I
then
love being.
Threads-
I love being a hater
What are
on
your
it.
speculations on what Threads is going to be?
Full
Like,
like
Threads
it's a
is
full
gonna-
copy of Twitter at the end of the
I
day.
feel like it's going to be kind of different because
No.
the option of resharing so easily on Instagram is going to be different. People are
I
going to
mean,
use it as a.
that's because it's the same parent company.
Yeah,
like,
that's just one benefit they have.
I feel like it's
'cause
going to be a hybrid between broadcast channels and Twitter. Like it's going to be a hybrid between the two.
No, the whole
I
reason
think it's
the
gonna
whole
be like
reason they
Twitter.
started a new app is so that they can directly rival Twitter,
Yeah.
and they have to add more like features which they'll be slowly adding.
Yeah.
I feel like now, like
it's gonna be a phased.
yeah, now they
addition.
had the right time.
No, see what Twitter doesn't have is on Twitter you can't you can understand what a person's thinking or saying or whatever, but you can't go into their stories or what they make or that
I
thing
have
is not
seen
there.
Twitter hundreds of times. I still don't understand how Twitter works.
Okay, so that's what
I
I'm
see
saying.
one person tweet and then there's something underneath
I feel
that.
That's
like
what I'm
and-
saying.
Those are-
Instagram with Threads, you're sort of given. It gives it both directions. You can peer into the person's life and you can get into their thoughts. So
You
that
know-
privacy is not there.
You know what
As
I
much.
thought about Threads? I thought about Threads like, so there's one thing I really miss because Facebook is kind of dead.
Hmm.
I really miss statuses and I really miss writing on people's walls because it was like a conversation, but it was also a private conversation, but it was also a public conversation.
They should bring that back.
Yeah, and Instagram doesn't have that because either you DM a person and somebody's commenting below
Yeah.
you. So I feel like Threads is that. It's like you can put up a status
know, I'm
and
just-
somebody is commenting below.
It's like I don't know how people say social media is not a full-time job. There are so many apps out there. Now Threads is there. There'll be tomorrow. There'll be something else. It's just like for me, it's just unnecessary. It's superfluous. It's absolutely like just.
You know what? I feel like if Pinterest had like a DMing thing,
Nobody
it would've been
cares
the
about
best app
Pinterest.
ever.
Yeah, nobody
I
gives a
actually
fuck.
really like
That's not
Pinterest.
true. Pinterest is the best app ever.
Yeah, I like Pinterest. I
No,
like it.
Pinterest
I'm
is a
not.
waste of time.
No, if you could have DM'd people on Pinterest, you both would have both been on because all the hottest girls are on Pinterest.
I have never
They have no
DM'd
aesthetic sense. They're never gonna
Anybody.
be on Pinterest.
Pinterest.
Pinterest is like what you want it to be, right? So you can just search whatever you
Yeah, but
want.
exactly. All the hottest girls are on.
Molds
Charles
into
will be
exactly what you want.
Ronaldo.
Yeah, like if you check on this day on Facebook right now, for my status will be Cristiano Ronaldo, something.
yeah. It's all football related stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Threads.
I feel like that lack of privacy on Twitter makes it so raw, bro.
Yeah,
you
exactly,
can be
exactly.
a peak hater on Twitter, bro. You can
That's
say
the
whatever the
same
fuck
thing
you
with
want.
Threads.
No, but
Can't-
your
Threads,
Instagram's
you can
linked,
go
and like
go back to their Instagram. No.
you can you can track them.
Yeah, so that's how. That's
How would you
Twitter-
hate if you are you?
Yeah, Twitter is
Yeah.
like
Oh, you mean the anonymous part?
yeah,
You can have as many Threads profiles as you want. So you can be a fake profile on Instagram and make a
But that's not what I'm saying.
Well, that's a lot of effort.
Yeah, that is- but it's like being
like you don't have other Instagram accounts, Sharan.
you follow a lot of Twitter users because they're just funny.
I feel like Twitter people are like a more raw, authentic, like
Like not in a good way
but
always, but like yeah.
it varies from person to person. But I feel like Threads is going to be more toned down. I don't know if you'll be able to recreate
I don't
that
like both
vibe
apps.
Twitter has.
I just like
Yeah, Twitter sort of feels like the dark side. of
I
the
love
internet
Twitter.
sometimes.
Like,
I
if
don't
you-
even more than Reddit.
Twitter, I don't like Threads, I don't like
Yeah,
Reddit,
even
I don't like
either.
fucking Instagram
Yeah.
also. I only like YouTube.
oh,
Guys, subscribe,
guess
share and like.
Meta's never gonna partner with us now. But
No, they should just do a better job. Then we'll partner with them.
okay, let Zuckerberg take your notes down.
We have the leverage.
No, but that's what they're doing with Threads. So more creators don't want to be binded to one social media platform because right now, if my income is from Instagram, whatever Instagram says, I am binded to them.
Bound.
Bound to them. But there will be a point of time when all these social media platforms will be decentralized. So the power will be with like
The
creator.
But that's what Patreon is trying to do. That's what 2Jam is trying to do.
OnlyFans.
Yeah, but that's how it should be.
It will eventually reach that place.
Because like even like censorship wise, like how do you know what Like, who are you to decide what to censor? Right?
How do they start monetizing threads though? Like donate directly to the creator? Because Twitter has that option.
Dude, for more, I think threads will die in like 1 year maybe.
I feel like unless they
I feel like this clip will come back if they don't die.
they have that subscribe thing now, no? With Instagram,
Yeah.
where you can subscribe to for like
Yeah.
exclusive content.
Oh yeah?
I feel like that'll help threads, if anything.
No, I think so. The reason people join threads is because people don't like. It's just like everybody wants to become a doctor because everybody's scared to be left
out.
behind in life.
Yeah.
This is what happened at Clubhouse. I fucking hated Clubhouse, but I was on there.
I kind of like
and I was
Clubhouse,
pushing
bro.
everybody to get on
Yeah.
Clubhouse because I was like, this is the next big thing, and you don't want to miss the boat. So I feel like Threads is the same thing.
But I feel like with most of these new apps, they get like that traction initially, but then the ability to bring back someone onto the app like a few months down the line is like not there.
Shout out to Google Plus.
Are you guys on BeReal?
No, I
I
never
tried
got
it
on
for
that.
like
I-
fucking 5 days, and that was
I
the
just didn't
dumbest thing.
understand the point.
Can I make this
we are
my
a social
BeReal today?
media platform which makes
He
sure
wants
that we don't use it all the time, and then they fucking send you
Give-
alerts every 30 seconds. Put BeReal, put BeReal, put
Yes.
your first BeReal, put
So
your first BeReal.
I'm gonna post my BeReal right now.
Oh my god.
Man.
I feel like it's a little scary because it sort of controls your day instead of you controlling it.
Oh wow, BeReal is dead.
I never got onto beer.
It's supposed to be fake.
Because it decides for you what time you have to upload. That's
Yeah.
kind of fucking.
Bro, I'll
Who
be
you
I'll
decide,
be I'll
bitch?
be at home.
I am from the generation where we uploaded 700 photos on Facebook over one dinner party, okay?
Are
You
you
don't
guys
get to decide how many photos I upload and when and what.
Are you guys still on Snapchat though?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
No, I stopped using Snapchat. I just want to be.
that person took away your account.
No, I got hacked on Snapchat, but I would use Snapchat properly if they get like. So they are doing this creator thing with people in the US.
David
where-
Dobrik is
people
making
get,
bank.
Yeah, people get paid a shit ton of money to just put up stories. So
If they bring it to India, you
no, they have brought it to India, but we
just
haven't
not
got
to
it yet.
Sharan Nair.
Yeah.
Okay, but I digress from the topic. But when we were talking about colleges and like dropping out and all of that, I wanted to ask, how many of you have seen the Steve Jobs commencement video
What the fuck is that?
where he's giving the speech at the commencement?
I think I
of
watched it, but I don't
Stanford?
remember.
What is the commencement?
I don't remember it, but it was a really good video, and I remember you being like.
No,
the
I
biggest
remember. Yeah.
What does he
yeah.
say?
fan
He
of
just,
it.
I think he basically says, "Don't go to college. Just follow your dreams." yeah. I
Don't
think-
join threads. Follow your dreams.
No,
Yeah.
yeah. Steve Jobs never finished college.
Mark Zuckerberg also, no? He did.
No, he didn't finish college.
He didn't, right?
No,
Yeah, he dropped out.
he dropped out of Harvard.
Yeah.
I didn't know which.
To be continued.
Yeah, Irinovich's college story is a whole different episode, so we will do that next, maybe.
Signing
He's
off.
in the college of life.
Okay, guys, are we doing questions? Some questions
No,
are we
it's
asking?
so good.
Do we have time for
We
questions?
can do one question maybe.
Okay, so there are 3 questions that were interesting. One is, how did we all meet each other?
Let's start with that, I think.
But that's a really long one. I
Yeah,
feel
so
like.
that could be a segment. On
Yeah.
this thing.
Okay.
Second
I've-
one is,
I don't think
did
we have
Fahim
time,
ever
right?
try to ask me out?
Did Fahim ever try to ask Shami? Fahim has asked every girl I have ever
No,
seen
but this
out.
story is really funny. Do you want to tell them?
So the first time I met Shamli, I do this in jest. Like I'm not serious. I knew she was like Sharan's age.
So? And I'm not his age.
You are my
That's
age.
incredibly
No,
offensive.
so I was playfully flirting, and so I asked for a number, and she gave me the first 4 digits of a number, and I had to like unlock the rest of the 6. So if I made a funny joke, I might get 1 digit. If I look good on one day, I'd get 1 digit. On my birthday, I got 2 digits,
Yeah.
but eventually I got the phone number.
You
Yeah,
tagged
But
me
she
on
still
it.
won't go out with
He
me.
just took my phone and saw the number.
No. This digit thing happened.
yeah. It just thing happened.
If he,
I was
put a
following a
good,
knife.
if he put a good comment on my Instagram post, I'd give him
Yeah,
1 digit.
yeah.
It was really cute. But yeah. But has he ever tried to ask you out, Aryan?
Oh yeah, Aryan and I, the sexual tension is crazy.
Yeah, first day.
First
But
day,
How did
bro.
you guys meet? Football?
Football.
Nice.
He was a stand-up comedian that day.
I knew I had to impress, bro.
And then the first time we heard, he's like, so when am I meeting Sharnar? When am I meeting Sharnar? When am I meeting Sharnar?
And look at me now.
Okay, guys.
No, I said Amuma.
Who the fuck is Amuma?
What do you
Amuma.
Amuma.
Sounds like a Drake cat. Amuma. Okay, guys, that's all the time we have for the second episode of This Is Not a Podcast. I just want you guys to know that this is our second episode, so we're going to get better at this. So the haters can give us critical comments on how to be better, and the lovers can say nice things about us. Each one of us equally. So that Fahim doesn't fly. Just because Fahim doesn't fly, because we need him here. We don't know, maybe
He's gonna
on
start his
Joe
own
Rogan
podcast.
next. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll kick us all out.
So yeah, thank you for coming for the second episode. We will be back for the third soon. In like 4 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love you.
Okay, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Share it with your friends. We're going to be the biggest podcast in the world soon.
Hey, cut that, Balu.
We're going to be the biggest, guys. That's for all the cameras. The pressure's on you for him.
Okay, bye guys.
Bye.